Hey guys, what is up? Lefty back here again, and thanks for checking out the video. So today we're gonna go over the rifle that I just bought my wife. So yeah, let's take a look at it. I don't know, good enough. So what's up guys? It's been a little while since I've actually posted a video. Two reasons mainly. One, just been kind of on my New Year's sickness. I don't know why. Ever since I had a kid, I get sick for like the entire month of January and February for the most part and stuff like that. And then also I just don't really give a shit anymore about the whole YouTube thing. But I have some fun little stuff that people like to look at. So yeah, let's get right into it. So for people that watch the channel for a little bit, you know, I made a video about 2 years ago, maybe a little bit less than that, about buying my wife her first handgun for Christmas, I believe. That went over good. She likes it and she's doing all the fun stuff with that. Flash forward a little bit, she is getting to a certain age, which is kind of significant for a woman, and I wanted her significant woman age. You can probably deduce how old she is, you know, to have something a little bit more memorable. So I got her a bunch of stuff, and one thing that I got is an AR-15. I've always wanted her to get her a rifle, and then it just kind of popped into kind of happenstance. So what I decided to go with here is kind of my tried and true, kind of the mainstay YouTube special. I know back in the day it was kind of the Spikes Tactical Lower BCM Upper, and now it's basically the Aero Precision Upper, or excuse me, Aero Precision Lower and BCM Upper. So real quick run through of the gun. Basically, this was bought as a stripped lower. I just had some spare parts that I threw on it. This is just the MOE grip, and this is the SLK, I believe, which, as I said in my previous video, is kind of like a terrible and a good stock all at once. The upper is an enhanced lightweight barrel upper, MCMR, so the Magpul or the M-LOK rail and stuff like that. This is a 14.5. It is enhanced lightweight, so it is a skinny barrel, and it is mid-length, obviously. And we do have a Surefire War Comp on the front of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's kind of the quick overview. So why did I choose this gun? Well, so obviously I wanted to get her a rifle, right? That's something I wanted to get into. Some people across the screen may be like, hey, why didn't you get her an 11.5? Or why didn't you get her a 12.5? Or why didn't you get her a 16-inch gun and stuff like that? So basically my thought process through this was, I'm not really worried about ballistics or anything like that. Like, I don't really care for her to I don't really need to maximize the grains and fucking ballistic coefficients and all this stuff, because it's just for her. She's gonna use it. She's gonna probably shoot, you know, a grand total of 1,000 rounds through this thing in her lifetime. Who knows? You know, so I'm not gonna go hog wild about some funny shit. But assuming that she keeps this rifle forever, which I assume she does, unless there's something wrong with it, but I don't believe so. I just want her to have a gun that she can have. She can mess around with it as much as she wants, you know, put fancy pink or, you know, bright whatever the hell things on her and stuff like that within reason, and then just shoot with it and get comfortable with it. That's all I want her to do. I don't want to have to worry about gassing issues or any sort of legal issues, because right now we got Trump in office and hopefully he does some good stuff, but you know, and maybe the SBR rule gets rolled back. But hypothetically, let's say I get her an 11.5 pistol, right, and put a brace on it, and then all of a sudden I die a couple years later in a car crash or something like that, and then a few years later down the road, you know, this gun that I bought her that was a 11.5 pistol is now illegal and stuff like that. And I know she's not gonna follow it. She's not gonna give a shit. She's not gonna know what's in the safe and all this stuff and that. So I'm personally just gonna give her something that's going to be essentially legal proof, so that can be completely out of her mind. Another reason why I went with a 14.5, personally, this is my favorite barrel length. Again, this is gonna be for her. I don't foresee her shooting this barrel out ever, unless I decide to use it for whatever reason, which I highly doubt. This barrel will probably last her lifetime and probably my son's lifetime if he takes it over or what have you. So that was not really on my concern. The enhanced lightweight, obviously, like I said, legal reasons, blah, 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 but also just kind of that. With a mid-length 14.5, it's probably the best shooting AR that you can find. I mean, granted, there are some, you know, a little bit slightly cut up or cut down gas lengths or barrel length combinations and stuff like that, that you can get them right on the NATS as right on the gnat's ass edge of fucking reliability and like recoil impulse and stuff like that. But for me, it just works well and, you know, stuff like that. Went with a muzzle brake / flash hider, the Warcomp. In terms of like kind of the big boy muzzle devices that are out there right now, I think this is still probably my favorite. I've kind of gone back and forth from a few things, but this in general, I think is probably my go-to. Open tine, closed tine doesn't really matter. I just kind of prefer the open tine. I don't know, it's just what I prefer. Anything smaller than a 14.5, obviously I would recommend just doing flash hider or prongs or anything like that. I like a 3-prong personally. But for this, I think it's perfect. And if I ever do get a can, it will most likely be a Surefire can. And then, you know, we can use this with a can. So obviously with that. And then, yeah, going into the 14.5, I mean, personally, I mean, if I'm building guns, I mean, this is kind of what I'm doing nowadays. Like, I am buying 14.5s and I don't buy 16-inch guns for basically the whole reason, as I kind of mentioned before, is they're much softer, the 14.5s. They're still reliable. There's no issues. I've never had any malfunctions with a 16 or my 14.5. The only malfunctions that I've ever had with a BCM or with an 11.5, just because that gassing's a little bit more janky and the ejection can be a little iffy. But yeah, I've never had any issues with the 14.5 or 16-inch guns. But personally, I'm gonna go 14.5 for just kind of your standard carbine type thing. I mean, even if the legal limit was not a thing, say SBRs get taken off, I would still buy 14.5s. I just wouldn't have to have this pinned, basically. And then if I need anything a little bit longer, I would just go 18. Because I think the barrel velocity, reliability, and just kind of the lethality of the round going from the 11.5 to the 14.5 to the 18-inch is the most significant jumps for those. But anyway, I'm getting kind of a little bit off into the weeds here. So yeah, so why did I choose this? Number one reason, this is kind of my favorite setup. I've used a whole bunch of guns in this sort of configuration. I know there's a little bit of issues right now with Aero Precision. I hope that they kind of stay afloat or whatever the hell the issue is going on there. I know some QCs and people not getting their stuff is kind of coming to the surface here, but you know, who knows with that. But with BCM, kind of a no-brainer for me. I just have a lot of BCMs. I've used a lot of BCMs. I like their guns. I've used other guns. I've used Daniel Defense. I've used Geisley. And obviously like the cheaper brands, but those are probably the comparable ones. Nothing wrong with any of them, but this one was on sale. So BCM from time to time does have kind of a cosmetic blemish portion of their site where they sell not only uppers and all this other stuff, they also just sell parts in general. As I was perusing through the online, I saw this son of a bitch right after I made another big purchase, and I was like, fuck, I don't want to spend, you know, this much money right now, but ended up getting it because it was just too good of a deal. Because as is the upper by itself, with no muzzle device, with included bulk here, which is the big thing, I believe it was right around $650. Now, if you want to take the 200 or so bucks off of that, you know, you're getting 450 bucks for an upper. Kind of hard to beat, in my opinion, especially of this quality. Now, obviously, what kind of sucks about 14.5s is if you got to add the muzzle device, because this is almost $200 just for this stupid little piece of metal, but you know, it is what it is. So in total, just over 800 and some bucks, I think. Again, she's gonna have it for her life. Not gonna have to worry about it. Again, she's not gonna shoot, you know, a whole bunch of rounds through it, but I want it to be an enjoyable experience. I don't want to have her fucking with shit and like, oh, why doesn't this work? Blah, blah, blah sort of thing. So, and on top of that, if anybody was wondering, like, what are the cosmetic differences and or defects in it, I don't know. Same thing with my previous video on the Geisley with the Blemula upper. I couldn't see anything on the actual upper itself that would qualify as a blemish. So this could have something to do with maybe a little bit of like an overrun, and they didn't want to have to sell it. They just wanted to get rid of them or something like that. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, from what I've seen, barrel, handguard, I mean, fucking, I don't see anything like that. So anyway, that's a quick little overview of the upper rifle thing that I made my wife. I guess I could do little updates as she kind of adds to it and stuff like that, but that's pretty much it. Just want to give a quick little video for some content for the channel, as I know there has been basically none. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and if you like what I do here every once in a while, there's some links down below if you want to support the channel. Other than that, be good.